Benjamin Franklin once said that beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. And happiness is exactly what Che and Lisa Carton are brewing up here at Black Locust Farm Brewery.
Sudsy brews and soulful bands are your typical night at the taproom. But there's a lot of work in the fields and brewery before the first chord is strummed or draft is drawn. And that's why we're going to find out how this turns into this. Cumulus lupulus, or hops, keeps beer fresh, balances the taste, and depending on the variety, adds different flavors. And while Maryland's humidity makes it difficult to grow, few men in the state have been as successful growing the crop as Che Carton.
Che, I found you. Just looking at all these. How tall are these?
18 feet.
Holy moly. How many hop vines do we have?
There's 3,000 plants, and there's, as you can see here, two sets of strings at each plant. So about 6,000 strings out here.
How many acres?
Just under 3 acres.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah, we plant very densely.
You do. How many varieties are you growing here?
We're growing 3 varieties right now. This is Chinook that we're standing in. Cascades up at the top of the hill, and Brewer's Gold is down at the bottom of the hill, which we're using today.
Every farmer has an origin story. Che's is a combination of industriousness and thirst.
When I was 19 years old, I moved out of state for a job, and I could no longer procure beer.
Oh.
So I started making my own because they don't ID you for ingredients.
Oh, really?
And then in 2005, at which point I was pretty serious about my homebrew, there was a worldwide hop shortage, so I couldn't get a few of the varieties I liked, so I started growing my own at that point.
Che has been growing and harvesting hops ever since. Back in the day, reaching the 18-foot hop ropes was done with the use of stilts. But today, the team at Black Locust is using a custom-made Che original.
The truck, as Lisa calls it, the truck-durator, is rigged with 2 hedge trimmers, one on the front bumper to cut along the bottom of the plants, and then one up high at 18 feet on a spring-loaded arm to cut the top of the plants.
Once they're harvested, the hop vines are then loaded onto a feeder one by one, where they will go through a picker where the hops and leaves are stripped from the vine. Then they'll be conveyed up to dribble belts, where the hops will be separated and then dried for 18 hours. At that point, they're ready to be used in the brewing process.
Okay.
The first step in beer making is mashing, where crushed grains like malted barley are added to water, creating an oatmeal-like mix. For this crisp pale ale, Che uses the mash hopping technique, where the hops are added to the mash to add complexity to the finished beer.
It also allows for some enzymatic activity on the hops, which allows biotransformation, brings out more fruity flavors and that sort of thing.
And this doesn't look much like a hop flower.
These are pelletized. The industry uses pelletized hops. They store better and they don't take up as much space. But dump them in there.
With the hops added, the mash will soak for an hour before the extracted liquid or wort is boiled. Timing and temperature are everything, but there's also definitely a lot of hurry up and wait. So it's important to be able to entertain yourself.
Strike. How about that?
Beer isn't beer until yeast is added to start the fermentation process, and Che is giving yours truly the honor.
Oh boy, look at that.
All right.
Okay, now the magic really begins.
Now's the good part.
Okay, here we go.
All right, you're the only one who made beer today. That was the trick right there. Everyone else was just getting it ready for you.
With the yeast added, I'm now officially a brewer.
So how was it making a batch of beer?
A lot easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it helps having nice equipment.
It does, it does. Now, this yeast is going to take days and days and days to do its work, right?
It'll be real active for maybe a week or so, and then another couple weeks of aging and conditioning after that.
I'm going to have to come back and try it. My beer.
I can't wait.
It's been a thrill to visit this one-stop hop shop, but you haven't really visited a brewery if you haven't had a cold one.
ESB.
And Lisa at the taproom has something just for me.
Cheers, hon.
Thank you.
That is quite good. That is quite good. Wow, perfect for today.
Thank you.
This is a beautiful tap room. What's the vibe you're going for?
Definitely an adult summer camp vibe. We are happy to open our doors to our community. We want to be a community hub, a place for people to gather and watch live music and hang out and have a beer.
That sounds really, really good. And you have 16 different beers here. People can try them all the time. Come on out to Black Locust Farm Brewery and have yourselves a good time. It's a great trip. We're going to put all your information on the website at mpt.org/farm so you can check it out. For the Local Buy, I'm Al Spoler. Joanne?
Thanks, Al. Be sure to check out mpt.org/farm for all our recipes and resources. Plus, you can watch all Farm and Harvest episodes there as well. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media for show updates, pictures, and videos.